What's up, you guys? Charlie here. So today I'm going to be showing you how you can get your real estate license and get into the real estate industry. So the first requirement is that you actually do have to be 18 years old. And this information is based on California, which is where I'm based. So if you're from somewhere else, a different state, then the basics are going to be the same, but some of the specifics might be a little bit different. So if you're not 18 years old yet, then you'll have to wait a couple of years until you're 18, and that's when you can get your license. But in the meantime, you can definitely do a lot of preparation and get yourself in a really good position to jump into the field. There are tons of books out there that you can read, and they're really going to prepare you, give you the knowledge on what it takes to be a successful real estate agent. I recommend getting a Kindle or going to the library and just finding these books and making it your mission to read them. You'll have to be a legal U.S. resident, and of course you'll have to find a real estate class, pass it, and take a test and pass that as well. So the first step is you need to think why you want to get a real estate license. There are tons of pros to getting it, but you just have to know what your intentions are. The most obvious reason is, of course, to become a real estate agent, buy and sell homes for other people. You can also get your real estate license to help buy and sell homes for yourself as a real estate investor. By buying and selling yourself, you'll cut out those commission costs and get more profit for yourself. You can also get your real estate license to maybe get your loan license later on, or eventually become a broker yourself. So the next step is finding a pre-licensing course. In California, the courses are 135 hours. That's 135 hours of in-class time. They're broken up into 3 sections, and in California, that's going to be your real estate principles, your real estate practice, and your real estate laws. It's definitely a ton of information, so just be prepared for that. And probably the most common question I get is do I take an online class or do I go take a more traditional in-person class? So I definitely do recommend taking an online class if that is suited for your learning style. And what I mean by that is taking an online class, it's a lot of self-study. So you have to be really dedicated and sit yourself down for 2 to 6 hours at a time and really go through the information yourself. If you find it hard to study by yourself, then the online class might be a bit tough for you. That's where a traditional classroom run by a live instructor might be better, because it's going to force you to study. You have to go to class every day and talk to the professor and do all the homework assignments. But besides that, you're learning all the same information. It's just that the teaching style is a bit different. Online classes are also a lot cheaper. Real Estate Express, I think, is $100 normally, but they have codes all the time that get you to maybe $70, $80. So you're paying that little to get all the educational requirements you need to get your real estate license. That's amazing. Online classes, you also don't need to drive to a physical classroom every day, so you'll save lots of time and money on gas. And you can also learn whenever you want. So if you're working full-time or you're a student, you can just study at night whenever you have some free time. A traditional classroom, you're gonna have to block out 8 hours per day for however long to actually go to the class. So I'll actually have a link to Real Estate Express, the course that I used, in the description. I passed on my first try, and I really do think that it's because the information in that course was really valuable. It was presented in a really easy to understand manner, and it was a lot easier to get through than I expected. Next up, you're gonna have to study and pass this test. So the test is going to be 150 questions. You need to get 70% correct on the test to pass, and that's 105 questions correct out of those 150. You'll have 3 hours and 15 minutes to do it, but most people aren't going to need that whole time. The statistics aren't too clear on the passing rates, but I've heard that for first-time test takers, the passing rate is about 50%. My biggest tip for studying for the real estate exam is to just do a ton of questions. Hopefully you've taken the class and you've absorbed the knowledge pretty well. You've actively participated in taking notes, just focused on the information and have it stick in your brain. But studying for the test, I'd go over those notes. The main thing I really recommend is going online, buying a book or a DVD or whatever that has a bunch of test questions. There's only a finite number of ways that they can ask these types of real estate questions. So if you're going through these questions and you do thousands of them, then I really think it's pretty guaranteed that you'll pass. Read the question, try and do it yourself, then look at the answer and see why that answer is correct. Do this enough and you'll know all the ways that they ask these questions, and you'll have no problem on the test. After you do pass the test, first, congratulations. Second, you're going to have to actually hang your license with a real estate broker. You can't buy or sell properties with just a real estate salesperson's license. You need to find a broker that employs you, hangs your license, and after that, you'll be able to buy and sell property. If you're really trying to become a real estate agent, I recommend finding a brokerage that offers a lot of mentorship and training for new salespeople. That way, you're going to learn how to do all the stuff because it's pretty complicated and there's a lot that you do need to learn. If you're doing it just more for yourself so that you can buy and sell properties as investments, then you might not need to go through one of those big traditional brokerages. There are smaller like online brokerages that don't take as much commission from you when you do buy or sell a home. And if you're just buying homes for yourself and selling homes for yourself, then you might not need that mentorship and that training. But yeah, it really depends on your situation. Talk to a few brokerages and see which one works well for you. And there you go. That's how you get your real estate license. I got mine in 2 months, so all you have to do is kind of dedicate yourself for those couple months. You can still work, you can still hang out with friends and stuff. You'll just need to put in, over 100 hours into the course, study for however many hours you need, and take that class. It's not that hard to become a real estate agent, but it's very hard to become a good one. So yeah, if you're thinking about getting into this industry, just know that it doesn't take too much education and it doesn't take too much time to actually get your license. You will need some money to pay for the class, pay for your examinations, pay for maybe a realtor association if your brokerage requires one. But besides that, it's a lot easier than most people would think. So good luck getting your real estate license. If you have any questions, please comment below and I'll answer them all. Like and subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you guys next time.